welcome to the Narrowing Path, Walking the Spiritual Walk. My name is Steve Van Einstein. Thank y'all for joining me today to read the final reading for May of James Allen's Daily Meditations. It's been a enlightening, eye-opening, just this month has been a very inspiring month, centering month, humbling month, actually. Because when you get so many reminders of what you need to be doing, the only result is to step back and see where you can improve and have gratitude for as far as you've come. So it's been a very humbling month. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the 31st, the last day of this month, brings. They usually have rounded out strong so far. So I'm looking forward to it. This will be first to you and first to me, meaning this will be the first time I read or hear it on the podcast with you today. So you'll get my genuine response, reactions, observations, and, of course, what I relate to about the reading. So I am excited. So here we go. This is May 31st reading from James Allen, Daily Meditations. Be self-reliant, but let thy self-reliance be saintly and not selfish. That's a great opening line. Folly and wisdom, weakness and strength are within a man, and not any external thing, neither do they spring from an external cause. A man cannot be strong for another, he can only be strong for himself. He cannot overcome for another, he can only overcome for himself. You may learn of another, but you must accomplish for yourself. Put away all external props and rely upon the truth within you. A creed will not bear a man up in the hour of temptation. He must possess the inner knowledge which slays temptation. A speculative philosophy will prove a shadowy tilling in the time of calamity. A man must have the inward wisdom which puts an end to grief. The unfailing wisdom is found only by constant practice in pure thinking and well-doing. By harmonizing one's mind and heart by harmonizing one's mind and heart to those things which are beautiful, lovable, and true. This is a powerful last line right here. Goodness is the aim of all religions. I can tell you right now, James Allen's wife, I say that because she's the one that actually compiled this. This was actually released as a compilation of his writings after he passed away by his wife as a daily meditation and a daily reader. So I'll say this. Lily Allen selected an extremely powerful reading for today. Did she not? That was just gained perspective again. I don't know if it's a reminded perspective or a new one for me, to be honest with you. I think it's a new one because in the 12-step community, we find that self-reliance fails us a lot of times. But what he tells us here, plainly in the opening line, that we have to be self-reliant, but not in a selfish, self-centered way. We do not rely on self to please ourselves. We rely on self to be of service to goodness, righteousness, and the God of your understanding. Or whatever higher calling you want to serve or power you want to serve. Whatever that might be. Whatever you call it, wherever you are with that. So it's a clarifying perspective for me. So this is this is kind of just sinking in for me and giving some words, giving some understanding. Yeah, I get in perspective primarily. to some things right now. So I'm very, very grateful to have read this today. So let's read this opening line again, which kind of kicked the whole thing off. Be self-reliant, but let thy self-reliance be saintly and not selfish. So to be of service to something greater than yourself, right? And to be of service and practice the principles, not to serve yourself, not in a selfish and a self-centered way, but practice self-reliance in a saintly manner, in service to something, right? Like I said, love, righteousness, truth, goodness, God. You could even say society. Because it is on to us. This is where we have to understand it's our responsibility and our it's our responsibility and our destiny, maybe even we could say, to practice these principles and hold ourselves accountable for practicing these principles to their fullest extent. We need the help of God and whatever you want to call that power, and we need the help of others. So, because left to our own devices, a lot of us, at least I'll speak for myself, I guess, but many times I can distort things. It takes constant practice and growth to sort that out through the help and guidance of God and others. So, I love that opening line. So here we go. Folly and wisdom, weakness and strength are within a man, and not in any external thing, neither do they spring from an external cause. I really like that. Folly and wisdom, weakness and strength are within a man. We have paths within us. What are we taking? Are we taking the path of weakness and folly? Or are we taking the path of wisdom and strength? You get to choose. And that's the difference between serving yourself or serving a power greater than yourself, a cause greater than yourself. My power does not rest external to me. It took me a long time to figure that out. Years. 30 plus years probably. To realize I've given my power to everything else. I've put it on external circumstances and things to provide me power, rather than knowing it was within me in the first place. That was a huge moment for me. Huge moment for me. A man cannot be strong for another. He can only be strong for himself. He cannot overcome for another. He can only overcome for himself. You may learn of another, but you must accomplish for yourself. I cannot give you my strength. I cannot give you. I cannot give you my accomplishments. I can give you knowledge, but you yourself can gain wisdom by the practice of these things. Now you can prove the knowledge given is true. But the reality here of everything here that we're talking about right now, the reality is we must strive, and we are the only ones that can do this. We can see guidance and support, but my strength must come from within me. A man cannot be strong for another. He can only be strong for himself. I can be strong. You can be inspired to grab your own strength by seeing another, maybe. But that's not mine. I have not given it to you. You cannot overcome for another. You can only overcome for himself. I am the only one that can fight my battles. I'm the only one that can work through my character defects. I'm the only one that can make that spiritual progress that we talk about a lot of times here. They're taking those spiritual actions, living by those spiritual principles. I'm the only one that can do that for me. You can't do it. You can't force me to do it. I can force no one else to do it. You may learn of another, but you must accomplish for yourself. Same principle. I can hear of your accomplishments. I can share in the celebration of them or support in the failure of your endeavors. But the reality is, your accomplishments are yours. Mine are mine. There's no quick way through this stuff. So, put away all external props and rely on the truth within you. Put a dependency on this power within yourself rather than giving your power and your strength and your worth and value to the things external to you. We assign value. We give our own value to others. We give these little coins to people and then say, when you give it back to me, I'll know I'll be worth something. Or we'll put these little coins in the backseat of a car, so when you buy it, that gives you yourself value. But these things go away. We constantly are in a pursuit. We are constantly in pursuit of maintaining our own value when we have placed it outside of ourselves. So this line, put away all external props and rely upon the truth within you. Rely on the spiritual life you have. Rely on the spiritual principles you practice. Rely on the service to something greater than yourself. Because anything external to you is temporary and conditional. Always. A creed will not bear a man up in the hour of temptation. He must possess the inward knowledge which slays temptation. Ignorance. This is the difference here, right? If you do not understand why you do the things you do, you'll be blindsided by them all the time. Then taking action and striving for that spiritual ideal that we've talked about before. The combination of those two things, understanding what happens and then a willingness to practice life differently, slays temptation. But the desire or the knowledge of a certain belief system or creed or philosophy will do you no good. We like to learn about how we believe things should be, but not about ourselves. The change comes from within and in striving towards our ideal. It takes a lot of inventory work. It takes a lot of conversation and perspective and hard truths. But we get through them and we grow. A speculative philosophy will prove a shadowy tilling. I think it's a tilling in the time of calamity. A man must have the inward wisdom which puts an end to grief, right? So again, it's the exact same thing here. Again, like this, we need to have the wisdom and the perspective and understanding that will take us out of that self-centered sorrow and grief, right? Allow us to work through it. Allow us to step through it with dignity and grace. Excuse the yawn. The unfailing wisdom is found only by constant practice in pure thinking and well-doing. I love that. Purified thinking, purified actions here, right? By harmonizing one's mind and heart to those things that are beautiful, lovable, and true. These are the three things we talk about all the time. Our heart, our intention, Where are our thoughts and our deeds coming from? Where's the origination point? Is it fear or is it love? What is the inspiration for those thoughts? What is the inspiration for those actions? And then it's thoughts and actions. We purify our actions, our thoughts, and our hearts. It's a powerful, powerful journey to go on. And it's one of the most rewarding, calming, strength-giving journeys I've ever had the pleasure to take. I like the things he says. By harmonizing one's mind and heart to those things which are beautiful, lovable, and true. So, the beautiful, the lovable, and the true. So everything, we should choose love for everything that we do. We'll see the beauty in everything when we're not being judgmental all the time, and true when we're in reality, when we're actually here and present. Life could change. Such a great reading today. And this is a personally held belief of mine, this last line here. Goodness is the aim of all religions. It really is. It really is. Goodness is the aim of all religions. All religions aim to strive to be a better individual, strive to have certain practices and beliefs, strive to walk a spiritual path or a spiritual journey, regardless of which deity or if there is even a deity. That's the amazing part. Spiritual truths run through all. Always. And humans get involved, and we get our perspectives and our selfishness and our resentments and our egos attached. And that shapes what happens, right? But the reality here is the spiritual principles that is the commonality, is the common vein that runs through so many things. And when we reduce things to those, that primarily, suddenly, things seem pretty close to the same, don't they? So, wow. Love that reading today. I'm just reflecting on that first line. Self-reliance in a saintly way. Not in a selfish. That's how we go through life. That's the goal of going through life. Using our internal motivations, our drives, our talents, our skills to be of service to something greater, and to practice the spiritual principles of these programs and this world. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So, but that closes up May for us. It's been a powerful month in my own personal life. I needed it to be a powerful month, so I'm extremely grateful for that. It's helped keep me aligned through some difficult things. And I'm grateful for everybody that stayed on and joined me and been a part of this. So thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate it. And we will kick off June tomorrow. I hope everyone's on board and as excited as I am. And I'll be looking forward to it. So until next time, thanks.